So, so we are the first presenter of our class, and it is 08 Human Development and Learning Behavior Development. So our report is on the theories of human development. Actually, this has been taken when we were in college. So maybe this report is just a review lesson for us, no? And at the end of this presentation, our presentation, maybe we can get to reflect on why we keep on studying or going over these theories of human development, especially in the academy. Okay, so my co-presenters for this are Ma'am Lorna and Sir Alan. I am Marinel Corpus from La Una. Okay. Theories of human development. So to start with, what is human development? So when we say human development, it refers to the physical, cognitive, and psychosocial development of humans throughout the lifespan. Okay, so what are the types of development involved in each of these three domains? In physical, we have growth, differences, motor skills, changes in the body and brain, and health and wellness. While in cognitive, we have learning, attention, memory, language, thinking, reasoning, and creativity. For psychosocial domain, we have emotions, personality, and social relationships. Okay, so why do we need to study theories of human development? Theories of development provide a framework for thinking about human growth, development, and learning. So, as I said a while back, after our discussion, we would like us to ponder, or I would like us to leave you these three questions to ponder, to answer, and somehow make some realizations why we have been learning these theories again and again. First is, why do we study development? Second, what can we learn from psychological theories of development? And lastly is, how can we apply these theories in the teaching learning process? Okay, so these are the different types of theories. Actually, we have two major types of theories. We have development theories. Okay, so when we say development theories, these are theories that provide a set of guiding principles and concepts that describe and explain human development, like that of Kohlberg's theory of moral development, Erik Erikson's theory of psychosocial development. Another major type of theory is grand theory. Grand theories are those comprehensive ideas often proposed by major thinkers such as Sigmund Freud, Erik Erikson, John Piaget, and so on. Okay, so uh, my task is to give you the first two theories of human development. First one is Freud's psychosexual theory of development. Freud proposed that personality development in childhood takes place during five psychosexual stages. These are the oral, anal, phallic, latency, and genital stages. So during the five psychosexual stages, the erogenous zone associated with each stage serves as a source of pleasure. The psychosexual energy or the libido was described as the driving force behind every behavior. So Freud stressed that the first 5 years of life are crucial to the formation of adult personality. Okay, so in order to better understand the personality of a human being, Freud gives us these aspects of the human psyche or personality. We have the id, the ego, and the superego. If you can see there, the how do you call it? Um, text under it, it's all yours. Forget about your brother. Keep it all for yourself. Sabi niya. Doon naman sa ego, I know mom gave me this candy to share with my brother. We should split it evenly. And then sa super ego naman, you know that your brother loves candy. You should give it all to him and not greedy. So these three human personality, the id, ego, and super ego, actually is or are our instinct, So the id is our instinct, the ego is our reality, and the superego is our morality. So in order to achieve let's say positive personality of a human being, the id must be controlled in order to satisfy social demands. This sets up a conflict between frustrated wishes and social norms. The ego and the superego develop in order to exercise control and direct the need for gratification into socially acceptable channels. Freud's psychosexual theory of development, each stage of development is marked by conflicts, okay? So that can help build growth or stifle development depending upon how they are resolved. If these psychosexual stages are completed successfully, a healthy personality is the result. If certain issues naman are not resolved at the appropriate stage, fixations can occur. So a fixation is a persistent focus on an earlier psychosexual stage. So these are the five psychosexual stages of development. So we have oral, anal, phallic, latency, and genital. So I'll just present it na lang abruptly kasi it's a review naman na siguro sa atin. So in oral stage, it starts from birth to 2 years. So the pleasure from oral stimulation like tasting and sucking. So ang fixation or problem naman if if these are not satisfied, we have dependency or aggression, problems with drinking, smoking, eating, and nail biting. Next, anal stage that is 15 months to 3 years. The primary focus on controlling bladder and bowels, eliminating or retaining feces. If these concerns are not addressed properly, the fixation is anal expulsive or messy, wasteful, destructive versus anal retentive or orderly, rigid, obsessive. Next is phallic stage that is from ages 3 to 6. Primary focus is on genitals, differences between male and female. Child becomes rival for the affection of opposite sex, parent, or what is also known as Oedipus complex, and child begins to identify with the same sex parent. Fixation can result in sexual deviances or confused sexual identity. Freud believed that girls continued to possess feelings of envy or inferiority, okay, or that is penis envy. Latency stage, that is 6 years old to puberty, sexual desires push to background, focus on intellectual and social pursuits. Important stage for development of communication skills and self-confidence. And last is genital stage, puberty through adulthood. So, ang description po dito, sexual desires renewed, seek relationships with others. Fixation, problems that emerge in the stage are carried over from earlier stages. Okay. So, yun po ang Freud psychosexual stages of development. Next one is Erik Erikson's theory of psychosocial development. According to Erikson, personality develops in a predetermined order through 8 stages of psychosocial development. So that is from infancy to adulthood. So during each stage, the person experiences psychosocial crisis, which could have a positive or negative outcome for personality development. Okay, so successful completion of each stage results in a healthy personality and acquisition of basic virtues. Ano po ba itong mga basic virtues na ito? Basic virtues are characteristic strengths which the ego can use to resolve subsequent crises. But failure to successfully complete a stage can result in a reduced ability to complete further stages and therefore a more unhealthy personality and a sense of self. These stages, however, can be resolved successfully at a later time. So medyo mas behind lang kumbaga yung development niya. Okay, so these are the 8 stages of Erik Erikson's theory of psychosocial development. First is um, trust versus mistrust. So, trust versus mistrust is the first stage in Erik Erikson's theory of psychosocial development. So, this stage begins at birth up to approximately 18 months of age. Okay. The infant develops a sense of trust when interactions provide reliability, care, and affection. A lack of this will lead to mistrust, syempre. And the virtue that is being developed is hope. So during this stage, the infant is uncertain about the world in which they live and looks towards their primary caregiver for stability and consistency of care. So who are these primary caregivers? The mother, the father, family members. Okay? If the care the infant receives is consistent, predictable, and reliable, yun nga po, they will develop a sense of trust, which will carry them to other relationships and they will be able to feel secure, okay, even when threatened. So if these needs naman are not consistently met, mistrust, suspicion, and anxiety may develop. Okay? Success in this stage will lead to the virtue of hope. By developing a sense of trust, the infant can have hope that as new crises arise, there is a real possibility that other people will be there as a source of support. Failing to acquire the virtue of hope will lead to the development of fear. So yan po ang trust versus mistrust. Next is autonomy versus shame and doubt. This is the second stage and occurs between the ages 18 months to approximately 3 years. The infant develops a sense of personal control over physical skills and a sense of independence. Success leads to feeling of autonomy, and failure results in the feeling of shame and doubt. Children at this stage are focused in developing a sense of personal control, and success will lead to the virtue of will. If children in this stage are encouraged and supported in their increased independence, they become more confident and secure in their own ability to survive in the world. If children are criticized, overly controlled, or not given the opportunity